Hi, my name is Nicole Scott from Mobile Geeks, and welcome to our, oh my god, it was Labor Day and I was ignoring the internet, so what the heck happened at IFA Roundup? So here it all is, so you do not miss a thing. The company that hands down stole the show was Samsung. The Note 2 was predictable, but all I can say is it exceeded our very high expectations.
So the very first version came with a dual-core Cortex A9 at 1.4 GHz. Now we have a quad-core Cortex A9 at 1.6 GHz. And this one also supports 1 GB of RAM, while the very first one only had, 2 GB of RAM, while the very first one only had 1 GB of RAM. Of course, they have different screen sizes. That's a 5.5-inch display here, while the Galaxy S3 sports a 4.8-inch display. Both are sporting the same resolution, which is 720p, 1280 by 720. This one has 1 GB of RAM. This one has 2 GB of RAM. I would like to compare it to still one of my favorite phones, and that's the Samsung Galaxy S2. Samsung Galaxy Note 2, Samsung Galaxy S2. I think that makes kind of sense. But in terms of the screen size, I remember a time where people were complaining about the screen size of the Samsung Galaxy S2. Oh, this is so big. And now look at this, right? So if it's too big, your hands are too small. I think that's the best answer to this.
Samsung didn't stop there. In their innovation gallery, they were showing us some concept designs for sliders and asking people which one they liked and why. In this video right over here, we show you the designs, and if you want to leave a comment on that video and weigh in, we know for a fact that Samsung is watching. We also stumbled upon the Samsung Series 9 WQHD with a 25 by 60 by 1440 display. We also found a dual screen notebook with the same crazy display.
So here you can see that this has a display resolution of 2560 by 1440. To give you a little bit of a comparison, the MacBook Pro has a 2880 display resolution. So 2880 versus 2560, this is 13.3. The MacBook Pro would be 15-inch. So, you know, the pixel density would be roughly on par. The big difference for me is that this is actually a matte display. For me being on the go, this is really a definite improvement. Has a really far angle to open to the back, but when we close it, you'll see it's got another dual screen touch screen on the outside. So this is very similar to the Asus Tai Chi.
Windows 8 convertibles were another big form factor that got announced here at IFA. We checked out the Dell XPS 10 running Windows RT with its detachable keyboard. Dell also had the Dell Duo 12 with its unique in the industry swivel screen design, and it also has a carbon fiber chassis and an aluminum frame. If you're after a business device, the Fujitsu Stylistic Q702 is 11.6 inches and it has a very matte display running full Windows up to Core i7, so you know that it totally means business. Toshiba also snuck in the Satellite U920T, which is a 12.5-inch slider. And finally, Sony showed off their Vio Duo 11, which is also a slider. So let's dive into all of those and check it all out. When it first came out on stage, I thought it was a netbook, so I was super excited, but it's also exciting that it's a tablet with a docking station. So if we take a quick look at the dock, Dell has always made great keyboards for their netbooks, so I'm not surprised that they've included full right and left shift keys on this one, and what looks to be a full-size trackpad. This is a 12.5-inch Ultrabook notebook. Can't exactly remember if they called it an Ultrabook, but it does come with, obviously you see there, Windows 8, and it does have the Duo form factor with the convertible screen that does flip around. It's 12.5 inches, and as we wait for the display to come around, you'll see it is edge-to-edge glass, and it is an HD display.
The tablet thing actually works like this. You can, the one spot where it actually kind of locks is right here. There's a reason for that, which I'm going to tell you about later. And if you want to open it up, you slide it all the way to the top and tilt it. You have the possibility to actually tilt it in a lot of angles. You just got to push it down and then it locks right there. That is a 11.6-inch Ultrabook tablet hybrid design with a full HD display, Sony Bravia and everything. It's got an Intel Core i5 3370U in there, 4 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of SSD, and a slider design.
Hybrids were definitely in flavor for this show, so there weren't actually many solo tablets. Out of all the kind of crappy ones that we did see, the only two that we're taking a look at were the Sony Xperia Tablet S and the Acer Iconia Tab W510. But before we jump into that, this episode of Mobile Geeks was brought to you by Netflix. Before I moved to Taipei, I was living in New York, and there isn't much that I miss from the West except for a good sharp cheese and Netflix. Seriously, until it's gone, you have no idea how addictive it can be. Netflix streams TV shows and movies directly to your home, and you can instantly watch as many movies as you want, anytime for one low monthly price. If you aren't using it, you're missing out. So to help support our show, check out netflix.com/mobilegeeks.
We were actually wondering where the USB ports are, but this is an adapter you put in there to put it in the dock that you get with it, or that's optional as usual with Sony. So if you get this out of there, you have a proprietary USB port.
So this is a Windows 8 tablet with an Intel Clover Trail processor. It has a 10.1-inch display with a 1366 by 768 resolution. It's rather thin at 8.8 millimeters, and it weighs only 600 grams.
Getting into smartphones, besides the Galaxy Note 2, Acer had launched another phone that I know that nobody's really going to care about. It was the Acer Cloud Mobile S500, and Intel released another Medfield phone with ZTE, the Grand X In. We caught them both on camera here.
This is a new smartphone with a 4.3-inch display, and it is a multi-touch display with 1280 by 720. It's an IPS display. This has 1 gigabyte of RAM and 8 gigabytes of memory. It also has, as you can see, a rather nice screen.
We can see that this does have a 4.3-inch of 960 by 540 capacitive touch display. It has a 1650 milliampere battery, which personally I feel is a little bit small, but Intel claims that this handset will be able to last 26 hours, which is huge for battery life.
The final product that we're going to take a look at is the Samsung Galaxy camera. Did you know that we benchmarked this 60 megapixel shooter right over here? You will not believe what it scored. But here is a quick video of this Jelly Bean connected camera.
Yes, is it a phone? Is it a camera? I don't even know, right? It has definitely more features than any camera, and it definitely takes better pictures than any phone, if that kind of sums it up, right? So this is, let me just take a quick look at it. It comes with a 21 super long zoom.
Whew, that was an enormous roundup. But there's still a few more days left of IFA, so if you saw something online, now that you're back on the internet after Labor Day, and you want us to run around to a hall and check it out, let us know in the comments. And if you're not already, please subscribe to our channel. I'm Nicole Scott from Mobile Geeks.